Are you having sleepless nights because of the heavy load of thoughts looping inside your mind? Do you often imagine the worst-case scenarios whenever you're about to do something new? Or are you constantly worrying about what others might think of you? If you find yourself nodding to any of these questions, you might be experiencing overthinking. Overthinking can feel like an endless spiral, trapping us in a cycle of worry and doubt. But what if we could break free from this cycle? What if we could find a way to get out of our heads and start living mindfully? In this video, we'll explore how to do just that. Realization and acceptance. First step. First, realize that overthinking does not serve you well. Planning and analyzing are beneficial, but overdoing it can be detrimental. When you overplan or overanalyze, it distracts you from the process itself. Overthinking creates a barrier, keeping you from moving forward. Accept that overthinking is not helping you. This realization is the first step towards liberation. Buddha taught us that clinging to thoughts and worries only adds weight to our present moment. In Dhammapada, verse 348, he said, "Let go of the past, let go of the future, and let go of the present, and cross over to the other shore of existence. With the mind wholly liberated, you shall come no more to birth and death." This teaching highlights the importance of not letting our thoughts control us. By acknowledging that overthinking does not help, we can begin to let go of the unnecessary mental burden. Practicing mindfulness, cultivating present moment awareness. Next, practice mindfulness. Our great teacher, the Supreme Buddha, provided numerous methods to cultivate mindfulness. One such practice is anapanasati, or mindfulness of breathing. By focusing on the breath, inhale and exhale, you bring your mind to the present moment. This practice reduces the multitude of looping thoughts to just two: breathing in and breathing out. Mindfulness is the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It involves observing your thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. This can be particularly helpful for overthinkers, as it allows you to step back from your thoughts and see them for what they are, just thoughts. Mindful breathing exercise. Whenever you catch yourself overthinking, take 3 deep breaths in and out. Stay mindful of your breathing pattern. Notice the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. Feel the rise and fall of your chest. This simple exercise can help anchor your mind in the present moment. The Buddha emphasized the importance of mindfulness in the Satipatthana Sutta, where he described the 4 foundations of mindfulness. Mindfulness of the body, feelings, mind, mental object. By practicing mindfulness, we can develop a deeper awareness of our thoughts and emotions, which can help us break free from the cycle of overthinking. Living in the present moment, finding peace. There is a saying, if you are sad, your mind is in the past. If you are anxious, your mind is in the future. But if you are peaceful and still, your mind is in the present moment. This wisdom encapsulates a core teaching of mindfulness and Buddhist philosophy. By living in the present moment, we can find peace and stop overthinking. Living in the present moment means fully experiencing what is happening right now without dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. It's about immersing ourselves in the here and now, engaging with our current activities, surroundings, and sensations. When we do this, we break free from the mental traps of regret and anxiety, which often fuel overthinking. To illustrate this, let's delve deeper into how mindfulness practices can help us live in the present moment. Mindful walking. A path to presence. One effective way to practice living in the present moment is through mindful walking. This practice is simple, yet profoundly grounding. When you walk, pay attention to each step you take. Feel the ground beneath your feet, notice the sensations in your legs and feet as you move, and observe your surroundings without judgment. By focusing on the physical sensations of walking, you bring your mind back to the present moment. This shift in focus can significantly reduce overthinking. Instead of your mind wandering to past mistakes or future worries, it stays anchored in the current experience. Here's how you can practice mindful walking. Start slow. Begin by walking at a slow pace. Take deliberate, measured steps. Focus on sensations. Pay attention to the physical sensations of walking. Feel the contact of your feet with the ground, the movement of your muscles, and the rhythm of your breath. Engage your senses. Observe your surroundings. Notice the colors, sounds, and smells around you. Try to take in the details without labeling or judging them. Return to the present. If your mind starts to wander, gently bring it back to the sensations of walking. Use your breath as an anchor if needed. Breathing meditation. Anchoring the mind. Another powerful technique to live in the present moment is breathing meditation. This practice involves focusing on your breath to center your mind and cultivate mindfulness. Here's how you can do it. Find a quiet space. Sit comfortably in a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Focus on your breath. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Then, settle into a natural breathing rhythm. Pay attention to the sensation of the breath as it enters and leaves your nostrils or the rise and fall of your chest. Observe without judgment. Notice the qualities of your breath, its depth, rhythm, and temperature. If your mind starts to wander, gently bring your focus back to your breath. Practice regularly. Start with a few minutes each day and gradually increase the duration. Consistent practice can help you develop a habit of returning to the present moment. Engaging in daily activities. Mindfully. You can also incorporate mindfulness into your daily activities. Whether you're eating, washing dishes, or talking to someone, try to be fully present. Here are some tips. Mindful eating. Pay attention to the flavors, textures, and aromas of your food. Chew slowly and savor each bite. Notice how your body feels as you eat. Mindful listening. When talking to someone, listen attentively without planning your response or getting distracted. Focus on the speaker's words, tone, and body language. Mindful tasks. Whether you're cleaning, cooking, or working, engage fully in the task at hand. Notice the details and movements involved. Buddhist philosophy, impermanence, and attachment. To deepen our understanding, let's explore two key Buddhist concepts, impermanence and attachment. These teachings can help us embrace the present moment and reduce overthinking. Impermanence, anicca. Buddhism teaches that everything in life is impermanent. Our thoughts, emotions, and experiences are constantly changing. By accepting this truth, we can let go of our attachment to past events and future outcomes. This acceptance helps us live more fully in the present. Attachment, upadana. Attachment to desires, outcomes, and material possessions can lead to suffering. When we cling to expectations and fear their loss, we fuel overthinking. By practicing non-attachment, we learn to appreciate the present moment without being enslaved by our desires and fears. Exploring Buddhist concepts, impermanence, and attachment. To delve deeper into Buddhist philosophy, let's explore the concepts of impermanence and attachment. The Buddha taught that everything in life is impermanent. In the Anicca Sutta, he stated that all conditioned phenomena are subject to change. Understanding this can help us let go of overthinking because we realize that our worries and fears are also transient. Impermanence, anicca. Impermanence, or anicca, is a fundamental concept in Buddhism. It refers to the notion all things are in a constant state of flux. Nothing remains the same. Everything is always changing. This realization can be liberating because it reminds us that our current worries and stresses are not permanent. They will pass. By embracing the concept of impermanence, we can begin to let go of our attachment to outcomes and reduce our tendency to overthink. We understand that the present moment is fleeting and that our thoughts and worries are temporary. Attachment, upadana. Another key concept in Buddhism is attachment, or upadana. Attachment is the root of suffering because it causes us to cling to things, people, and ideas that are ultimately impermanent. The Buddha taught that by letting go of attachment, we can free ourselves from suffering. When we overthink, we are often attached to specific outcomes or fears. We cling to the idea that things must go a certain way, and this attachment causes us stress and anxiety. By recognizing and letting go of our attachments, we can reduce overthinking and find greater peace. Reframing the what-if questions. Shifting your perspective. Another aspect of overthinking is the what-if question. Many people dwell on negative possibilities. What if this goes wrong? What if everything I did was a mistake? Instead of imagining the worst, ask yourself, what if everything I did was okay? What if my plans succeed? Embrace a positive outlook. Remind yourself that you may not be perfect, but you can be the best version of yourself. Take risks. Without them, success is elusive. The Buddha taught us that our thoughts shape our reality. In the Dhammapada, verse 1, he said, "We are what we think. All that we are arises from our thoughts. With our thoughts, we make the world." By changing the way we think, we can change our experience of the world. When you catch yourself asking what-if questions, try to reframe them in a positive light. Instead of focusing on what could go wrong, think about what could go right. This shift in perspective can help reduce anxiety and make you feel more confident in your actions. Practicing kindness and self-compassion. Being gentle with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Overthinking and constant worry erode your peace. Practice self-compassion. Understand that it's okay to have doubts and fears. They shouldn't dominate your life. Mindfulness helps cultivate self-kindness, reducing the grip of overthinking. Self-compassion involves treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a friend. It means recognizing that everyone makes mistakes and that it's okay to be imperfect. One way to practice self-compassion is through self-compassion meditation. Find a quiet place to sit and close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths to center yourself. Then repeat the following phrases silently to yourself. May I be happy? May I be healthy? May I be safe? May I be at peace. By offering yourself these kind wishes, you can cultivate a sense of compassion and reduce overthinking. Overcoming overthinking. Let me share a real-life example to illustrate these points. Consider the story of Sarah, a young woman who constantly worries about her job performance. She would spend hours overthinking every interaction with her boss and colleagues, imagining all the ways she could fail. One day, Sarah decided to try mindfulness meditation. She began with just a few minutes of mindful breathing each morning. Gradually, she noticed that her mind was calmer and her thoughts were less chaotic. She started practicing mindfulness throughout her day, paying attention to her breath and her body whenever she felt overwhelmed. Sarah also began reframing her what-if questions. Instead of asking, "What if I mess up this presentation?" she asked, "What if I deliver a great presentation?" This shift in perspective helped her feel more confident and less anxious. Over time, Sarah found that she was more present in her interactions with her colleagues and less preoccupied with negative thoughts. She was able to focus on her work and perform better without the burden of overthinking. Practice and share your experiences. I encourage you to practice these techniques and see how they work for you. Start with mindful breathing and gradually incorporate other mindfulness practices into your daily routine. Reframe your negative thoughts and practice self-compassion. Share your experiences with others. Let them know how mindfulness and these techniques have helped you. By sharing your journey, you can inspire others to take steps towards overcoming overthinking and finding peace in the present moment, embracing mindfulness and letting go. In conclusion, overthinking can be a heavy burden, but it doesn't have to control your life. By realizing that overthinking is not helpful, practicing mindfulness, living in the present moment, reframing negative thoughts, and cultivating self-compassion, you can break free from the cycle of overthinking and find peace. Remember, a mindful life is a fulfilling life. When you live in the present moment, you can fully experience the richness of life and let go of the worries and doubts that hold you back. I hope this video sheds light on how to manage overthinking. Embrace mindfulness, be kind to yourself, and live in the present moment. Get out of your head and start accomplishing the tasks you've been putting off.